everyone, it's Kathy. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'll be sharing how to create a pull-out surprise fun fold card, and I'll also share some tips on how to add wrinkles to the hat on the gnome, as well as adding texture to their beards. I'll be using the new Gnome Gardners Stamp Set, the Pierced and Stitched Circle Die Set, the Grassy and Cloud Edger Die Set, the Quick Strips Die Set, as well as patterned paper from the Extra Bunnies paper pack. Here's a quick look at the card so you can see where we're going to be going with this project. To start out, you'll need a scoreboard, a piece of cardstock that measures 8.5 by 5.5, another piece that measures 8 by 5 1/4, a piece of patterned paper that measures 4 by 5 1/4, and then a strip of patterned paper that measures about 1 7/8 by 5 1/4. You'll start out by scoring the 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock at 4 1/4. That'll be your regular A2 size side folding card base. Then you'll need to score the piece of cardstock that measures 8 by 5 1/4, and you'll score that at 4 inches and at 6 inches. I'll make sure to have all of the measurements and where to score listed in the description box below for you. Anyway, after you score at the 4-inch and 6-inch mark, you're going to fold along the 4-inch score line. Then when you fold on the 6-inch score line, you're going to fold that in the opposite direction. You'll also need 2 of the circle dies so that you can cut a frame, and I do that just by using a piece of temporary tape to hold the dies in place while I run it through my die cutting machine. Next, you'll adhere the piece of cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4 to the front of your card base. And about those circle dies, you don't want to put them away because we're going to be using them a couple of times to create the card. Anyway, once the patterned paper is adhered to the front of the card, you're going to use the smaller of the 2 circle dies, and you're going to cut a circle out of the front of your card. Here's an important tip. When you run that through your die cutting machine, you want to make sure that you open up your card all the way. Otherwise, you'll just cut a hole all the way through the card, and you really only need to cut it through the front of the card. Next, you're going to adhere the circle frame to the front of the card, and I would recommend liquid glue for this. That way you have a little bit of wiggle room to get that frame in just the right spot. Once that is adhered in place, we're going to go ahead and adhere the inside piece to the card. Another important note, when adhering this, you want to make sure that you only put adhesive on the area that measures 4 by 5 1/4, so don't go past that first score line. Then you're going to adhere that to the inside of the card, and I did find it easier to get it lined up with those score lines folded closed at first, and then I did open them just to make sure that I got really good adhesion to the inside of the card. So that finishes up the card base. Now we'll move on. I'll share a couple of tips on how to add wrinkles to the gnome's hat and add some texture to his beard. So to color in his hat, I started out with B66, and I added that on the very bottom of the hat, and I did kind of like little V's on the outer edge on the bottom right and the bottom left. I did a thin line across the very front of his hat as well with the same color. Then as I moved up the side, particularly on the side where his hat is flopped over, I guess the best way that I can explain this is I created a little sideways V and then extended out, making sure that the flick mark got thinner the closer to the center of the hat that I got. Now for the piece of his hat that is flopped over, I did do a pretty good line of the B66 because that's where the shadow would be the darkest. And then I came in with BV13. And when I came in with the BV13, I went underneath the B66 flick lines and I went above the B56 flick lines. I did go over the B66 a little bit, particularly at the bottom of his hat, in the front right above his little face. When I came in with the BV13, I was careful not to add too much. I was trying to leave quite a bit of white space so that I would have that nice wrinkly look with a really good highlight. On the hat where I did the sideways V's, I did make them a little bit thicker when I was using the BV13. But I still, again, made sure to leave quite a bit of white space. And then I came in with the B63 and filled in all of the white space on his little hat. And then the darker colors stayed dark enough so it still looked like it had those crinkles. For his beard, I started out with C5 and I did tiny little flick marks around his nose. And then on the right side of his nose, I did the flick marks a little bit longer just because of the way his head is tilted. His nose would be casting a bigger shadow on that side of his beard. On the outer edges of his beard where it curls up a little bit, I did the same thing as I did on his hat. Basically, I did sideways V's, but I did those underneath where his beard is flipping up because that's where a shadow would be a little bit deeper. I did concentrate the C5 pretty heavy around the watering can, especially underneath the watering can and above the little flower that he's actually watering. Next, I came in with C3 and I started to kind of randomly add the C3 in around the C5, but I tried not to go over the C5 too much because the C markers do blend very well together. Again, I did the same thing. I made sure to leave quite a bit of white space just to maintain those darker shadows. My final color was C1 and I did the same thing with the flick marks. I extended them out and the flick marks, I did them in various directions. So some of them would be thicker from top to bottom and then others would be thicker from bottom going up to the top. There was one spot on the bottom of his beard where the C5 was still a little bit too dark, so I did a couple of quick swipes with the C1 to lighten it up just a little bit. So that's my tip on how to color in a hat and make it crinkly and add texture to the beard. The biggest thing I can say is kind of follow the design, how it's drawn. You'll see that there are little divots on the hat, and that helps. That was what helped guide me so I would know where to add in those darker sideways V's for my wrinkles. After I was done coloring the gnome, I used the smaller of the two circle dies and ran him through my die cutting machine. Then I used the larger of the two circle dies and cut another blue circle, and I adhered the gnome on top of the blue circle. To make sure that I got the gnome in the right place on the front of my card, I did close the card up, kind of guesstimated about where it was going to go. Then I pushed it around until the smaller circle locked into the smaller circle from the front of the card. Then I opened it up, but I held the circle in place so it wouldn't move. And then I made sure to only add adhesive to the left side of the circle. Then I closed the back side of the card and pressed down so that the circle stayed in place. For the inside of the card, I used the Grassy Edger die and just cut a little grassy hillside to adhere on the inside. Off camera, I had colored another little gnome with the Wheelbarrow and cut him out, and I used liquid glue to adhere him to the grass on the inside of the card. Once he was adhered in place, I chose a sentiment and I used VersaFine Onyx black ink to stamp the sentiment on the inside. I also stamped a sentiment for the front of the card, and I ran that through my die cut machine with the quick strips dies and added that to the front of the card. And that's it. That finishes up my card for today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not yet subscribed, we'd love it if you would. And don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified every time a new video is posted. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time.